Is this the best looking game of 2020?
Let's review.
This is the review for the game Project L, the good, the bad about it, as well as if this game is for you.
Here are 6 burning questions about this game that we will answer.
But before we start, we need to figure out what this game is really about.
Project L is about scoring the most points. How you do that is by filling out these cards. Some of them have points on them, well, most of them do, and all of them have pieces on there. So once I fill this out, I'm gonna get those points at the end of the game, and I'm gonna get that piece immediately. You already start with 2 small pieces that you can use on your turn, but on your turn you can either get more pieces, you can upgrade your pieces to larger pieces, or you can place your pieces into the card. So for example, on my turn, I could use 2 actions to do this, and use 1 more action to do this. And then it's filled out. Well, it's gonna be now. And then I get the pieces back. This card is gonna be put aside to score at the end of the game, and I'm gonna get 1 more green. That's my turn. And next turn, I could get more cards for my actions, get more pieces for my actions, and so on and so forth. So it's very simple. You just get a couple of actions. How many actions do you get?
3.
You get a couple of 3 actions. So it sounds very simple because it is.
So now the questions, right?
Yep, let's go. First one is, who would you buy it for?
3, 2, 1.
Is that a joke?
A bit, yes.
Well, let's start with your joke then.
Because it's a quiet game. It's something that you kind of do alone. And you don't care about anybody else. And there's not a lot of discussions. There's not a lot of interactions. It's a quiet and simple game.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. Yeah, that's true. It's more of a what they call multiplayer solitaire game. We're sharing the experience by being there, but we're really doing our own stuff. The only interaction actually is scoring cards that if they run out, the game ends, and somebody just rushes to take them, he's gonna end the game for everybody else. So that's basically it. I wrote down for anybody who's just getting into games. I think most people would enjoy it. It's not a long game, the rules are simple, and it has one of the most important things for new gamers, the looks. It looks nice, it looks smooth. You don't really understand what this is all about by just the looks of the cover, so you have to know more. And I might gift this to someone who I know likes games, but they don't necessarily follow the trend. Next question, what's the alternative?
3, 2, 1.
Azul. Patchwork.
All right, yeah. That was another one I was thinking about.
Actually, any tile laying game, they're really popular these days. Something like Patchwork, where you're kind of also doing your own thing, slightly influenced by other people. If you like these polyomino tile laying games, filling out spaces one way or the other, I mean, you'd like this.
This reminded me of Azul, just a bit more solitary. Because in Azul, you have a draft, and any pieces you take will directly affect other people because you're taking them away. In this game, you don't do that, but it's still a tile-laying game. You still score points for laying the right pieces, and the materials is basically the same. If you like Azul, I think you might enjoy this as well. Just know that this isn't that interactive.
And the price, Project L is right now around the same price as Azul is, but they're coming out with cheaper, like a retail version with simpler pieces. I'll look it up and we'll put it down in the description. So it is not a cheap game per se, since it's a fairly quick game, and if you like it, you'll play it a lot. And since you'll play it a lot, I think it's worth the money.
You for sure pay for the quality of this, for the looks of it. These pieces are great, and Janis will explain why he loves them so much.
I love touching them. These double layered cards where you put the pieces in, it's just something about just holding them and putting the pieces in there. It's so satisfying.
As well as, for me, the biggest surprise about this game was opening up the rulebook. I've never seen this. I've never seen the quality rulebook like this.
Yeah, there's like texture.
So good.
Yeah.
I opened up this for a minute. I paused and what?
So it's about the physical, tactile feel what you're paying for in this game.
Yeah.
What is the best number of players to play this with?
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. So solo.
Yeah.
That was his scam. I mean, his long game. He was like, it's like you're playing alone. It's mostly like you're playing alone, and the best number of people
Is
play
playing
this game.
alone.
Really?
Yeah.
You really think that?
Yeah. Other players affect how long this game will be. So you have these black tiles, and when they run out, the game ends. And other players can just pick them randomly. Whatever you build, whatever strategy you make, it doesn't matter. What matters is how fast these babies are gone. For this solitary game that you just do your thing, I felt it ruins the game for me that I can't affect that thing. I usually don't play solo, but for this game, I was just so curious, how would it be? I tried it and I liked it. Play in your own pace, you can figure it out. It fixes a big flaw for this game, that the game is too short.
I'm actually the guy who's taking these just to end the game. If I feel like I'm in the lead, I'm just gonna take those tiles so the game ends. People like me make him play alone.
I don't care if I win, I lose. I just wanna have a satisfying feeling after playing this game that I finished something. And I don't get it. And I hate that feeling of it's so satisfying until it ends.
So I guess you feel like it's anticlimactic ending.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's over. Okay. Well, yeah, that kind of covers what I've heard a lot of this game about, is a lot of people do enjoy this solo. But I feel, for me, it's more enjoyable to play with other people. And I like that it's that short, because you can play 2 or 3 times in a row. I like the feeling of you're not sure. It's like pushing your luck. Okay, should I take this tile and try to finish it because there's only a couple left and somebody might end this game? A lot of discussion when that last tile is being taken. There's like, no, don't take it, don't end the game. Yes, I will. And then the game ends. And then Janis plays solo from then on. So for me, 2 to 4 works fine.
I don't see any difference if you're playing with 2 or 4 players. Game is basically the same because it's a solitary game, yeah.
So what is the worst part about this game?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
I got nothing. I thought long and hard about what's like bad about this game. I mean, first thing that came to me maybe was the price, but I can see why the price is there. I mean, it's not the perfect game, don't get me wrong, but I can't think of what's wrong with this game.
Mine was not enough excitement for a game that I would want to play with other people. Yes, you have satisfaction putting these pieces, but after playing the game, everybody at the table was, yeah, it's good. There's no excitement.
I don't agree. For what it is, a simple filler game that takes 20 minutes max, it's exciting enough.
For me, I'm missing interaction. I would compare it with Cartographers. It's also a solitary game, right?
Yeah.
But from time to time, you give your player sheets to other people and they mess something up. So it's something that you unknown that you have in the game and you interact with each other. And I love that. I hate it at the same time because it messes all your plans, but it gives that life to that game.
I've heard there are expansions for this. Maybe we'll look into those and see if that solves any of your problems. If you like the way we review our games, let us know by subscribing. Next question is, when would you play it? Let's do this.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Meditating.
You can start this time.
I would play mine while having coffee and cake. Or cake and coffee, whichever order you prefer. Because it is, in a way, like you say, a calm, relaxing thing. It doesn't actually take a lot of table space. It might look like it does, but it doesn't take a lot of table space. You have your own cards in front of you. You just do your turn. You just sip your coffee, eat your cake. And you can actually have a discussion while you're playing this game because you don't really care what everyone else is doing. Game you can play as a background to doing something else.
Just relax from work or things like that. Then I would turn to this game and I think it's perfect for just letting go, let's say that. Let's put this game into a tier.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. I have good game 0.5. So it is a good game, and I also feel a little bit ashamed of not putting it into a really good game. It is a good game, don't get me wrong. I don't regret getting this.
If somebody says, tell me what's a good game, Project L. It hits all the boxes for what it is. It's simple, it's quick.
I do like it. I play it. I will most likely play it the most when I have either younger kids with me or guests visiting, some non-gamers. Because if I'd want to play a tile game with my wife or gamers, I'd probably pick something, heavier and with more rules. So this one's in the shelf with the filler games to play somewhere in between other games or when somebody comes visiting.
If I would put it in a really good game, I would really consider its looks. Its looks gives it an extra boost.
I agree.
And I would agree that it's one of the, if not the best looking game of 2020. I take my hat off to the designers and creators of this game just for the visual cues that I get from this game. It's awesome.
Physical
quality
feel of the pieces.
Yeah, that alone, all my respect to the game makers. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this video, not to this video, but to our channel. If you want to see more board game content, reviews and stuff like that.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, see you next time.